But let's begin today with the New York Giants because we saw a rookie quarterback in Michael Penix take his first snaps as a starter today against the Giants. And this was a dramatic decision by the Falcons. They had spent $100 million guaranteed on Kirk Cousins, and they decided to rip the Band-Aid off. Let's just go to the rookie. Cousins is sinking. We want to float our playoff chances, and even if we don't make the postseason, we've given our young guy 3 starts down the stretch. It was hard to argue with that because Cousins was so bad, and because once they decided to go to Penix, it really didn't matter what time of the year it was. They were all going to be starts towards next season when Penix was obviously the starter coming out of camp, if you've already turned the page from Cousins. Penix looked really good. Penix looked really efficient. Penix looked really comfortable. And there were 2 things that stood out about that to me. Number one, it stood out to me that so often the fans, the media, the impatience of the NFL and modern society is start the rookie now, start the rookie now, start the rookie now. And I just see time and time again, example after example of quarterbacks that were allowed to wait, to bake, to simmer a little bit, and it pays dividends. You can't tell me that waiting 14 or 15 weeks for Michael Penix didn't help him in the way that he looked today. Now, playing the Giants helps anybody. It's a nice soft spot in anybody's schedule. But to me, this is always where you have to resist pulling the trigger, reacting to pressure, and feeling like we live in this now society. There is a benefit to waiting. And I think Penix showed that today. The second part of this is Penix was so smooth, and young quarterbacks oftentimes lock onto 1 or 2 receivers. So you could forgive Penix if it was Drake London 12 times today. He spread the football around. He hit just about everybody, and most of them as first or second reads. So it was, hey, that's where I'm supposed to go. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm supposed to go. It's not there. I'm going there. As a young quarterback, that's really impressive. And it, I think, is going to really open up the things we thought Kirk Cousins would for that Falcons offense. And for Atlanta, even if they don't catch the Buccaneers, even if they don't make the postseason, you can see getting these 3 starts this year versus waiting until next year to start him is going to end up paying dividends. So I just think that the way that this thing unfolded is going to end up being probably a win for the Falcons. The way that it happened isn't necessarily that, because you spent $100 million on a guy that got 14 starts. That's money wasted. You could have had anybody for that. If all you're looking for is 7-7 and then to hand the keys over to Michael Penix, there are plenty of guys at a much cheaper cost. It will end up working out because Arthur Blank's going to cut the check for it. But ultimately getting here, there's a lot more efficient way to get here than that.